audience. I don't know why Denise gets such a big kick out of that. Welcome to another episode of Have You Seen It? I am Charles, and I am with my homegirl, Denise. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
I don't know. We've been kind of affected just like the rest of the country, right? We have got really cold weather. Not a lot of snow, right? But definitely a lot of ice, right? A lot of ice. So much so that last night, just coming down my driveway, I happened to hit some black ice, right? Just before I got to the garage. You know how they say you have those accidents in your car, about a mile from your house, right? I was literally almost in the door of my house. And I hit black ice. All right. And I went and Denise think that is so funny. But my back was in pain.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I laughing?
Yes, you was. You was laughing out very, very loud. I always seem to have problems falling down.
And that's why I'm laughing, audience, not because he could have been seriously injured, but because this is not the first time Charles has fallen down.
And I have no clue what it is. I said it was in my house one time, right? And we couldn't even do the show. I fell down the steps coming down the basement. I was like, what is up with me lately and falling down? I said, like, every year we talk about this, Denise, that I'm falling down somewhere.
Well, I'm glad you have been able to get up each time.
Yes.
And that some simple ibuprofen has healed you.
Yes, but it has not stopped you from laughing about the situation. Look, it's too late now, girl. So, what is your movie recommendation for this week?
Okay, my movie recommendation is The Little Things, starring Denzel Washington, Remy Malek, and Jared Leto. It is a crime drama thriller, and you can find this on HBO Max. And the story is about a sheriff played by Denzel Washington, and his character is Joe Deacon. And he is sent to LA for a quick evidence gathering assignment. Just pick up some evidence, bring it back to Kern County, and go on with your life. Well, he meets Baxter, who's played by Remy Malek. He's a homicide detective. He meets him, and he is in the middle of trying to find a serial killer. And Denzel is asked to stay in LA to help Remy search for this serial killer. And the serial killer is played by Jared Leto. And as they find clues to this particular series of murders of young women, Denzel has flashbacks because there are similarities between this series of crimes and serial killings that occurred about 5 years ago. And he was a homicide detective. So he's, having these flashbacks, but also helping Baxter with the clues, because Denzel tells Baxter that it's the little things that will lead you to whoever the killer is. And as the movie progresses, they're finding clues and they're finding evidence. And in some instances, you think, yes, oh my gosh, Jared Leto is the serial killer. But then they come across something else and you think, well, maybe he isn't. So it's like a cat and mouse. Is he not? And if you have seen the movie Seven, it's along those lines where the perpetrator just drops little pieces of, clues, and you have to figure it out. So The Little Things, I recommend it, especially if you haven't seen Denzel in a minute, or you haven't seen Remy Malek in a minute, or Jared Leto for that matter. For me personally, I was waiting for Remy Malek to turn into Freddie Mercury and bust out a Queen song. There were times where I was fixated on his face, and I'm like, okay, when you gonna sing? I'm like, oh, my bad, wrong movie. So check out The Little Things if you are big on crime thrillers. That is my recommendation.
So my recommendation for this week is Run, Hide, Fight, starring Thomas Jane, Isabel May, and a host of other people in here. This whole movie centers around Isabel May. She plays Zoe, and she gets in a active shooter situation at her school. The movie is just like it says. She starts off running from the situation, right? Then she's hiding from the situation because the shooters that invade the school, right, are going around killing people. All right. And then she ends up fighting back. And the fight back part of it is definitely an awakening part for her because she had some personal problems going on in her life prior to this situation starting. So even though it's a crazy title, Run, Hide, and Fight, it really hits home. And this young lady, Isabel May, who actually turns out to be brave and go around and saving people's lives from these perpetrators that came to the school to really destroy it and destroy the students in there. So my recommendation is Run, Hide, and Fight. So Denise,
Yes.
who you nailed it for this week?
My nailed it is Jeremy Renner for his portrayal in the movie The Town. He was a fellow crime delinquent bank robber along with Ben Affleck, and he was a hothead. So when it came down to offering and serving up beatdowns, he was your man. When it's time to rob a bank, he was your man, and he went down with guns a-blazing. A criminal who refused to die and go down quietly. You want to check out Jeremy Renner. He was awesome in this movie.
So my nailed it for this week is Hilary Swank in $1 Million Baby. I thought her performance in this movie was the one that made the movie. She's an underdog amateur fighter that wanted to go professional. My nailed it is Hilary Swank hit a girl, hit her in $1 Million Baby.
All right, folks, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And we are available on every podcast platform in the universe. Just type in, have you seen it with Charles and Denise? And there we will be.
Audience, thank you for joining us. I'm Charles, and this is my lovely co-host Denise, and we're out.
Bye-bye.